Good morning, garden friends. Today is a busy day. We are doing a no-dig flower bed in front of my yard so that I can get my Bloodgood Japanese maple planted. I want to get it in the ground. It's just a little guy, but I want to be able to get it in the ground and then get some bulbs planted. I'm going to be moving some perennials out of one of the front beds that I'm like thinning out, but also they're tucked in the back to where when my hydrangeas grow, you can't see them. So I'm going to put them in the front here, and they are definitely sun loving. And while the Bloodgood Japanese maple is a slow grower, the plants that I'm going to be putting in there like a lot of sun. So come along with me while we go ahead and get the framework set up. We're gonna, like I said, do the no dig. Got to get the Bermuda grass cut all the way down, and then I'll start with the cardboard, the compost, and then my soil, because I am going to be getting plants directly planted into the ground today. So come along with me while we go ahead and get this knocked out. Okay, so this is the next area that we're going to be working on in the front yard, because I got to get my Bloodgood tree planted, and as you can see, we got it marked off, and also had the different utility companies come out, so we would make sure where we were digging at is not going to impact any of the lines. The bed's not going to be this wide, but we just wanted to have an idea of how much space we were going to have in here. And we're going to do the no dig, so this will get whacked down, put the cardboard, do the wetting process and everything. Okay, so it's all laid out. He's going to finish putting the spikes deeper in, and then take the weed whacker to get that grass all the way down so that we can go ahead and put the cardboard in it. Boy, this is going to be a nice area for my front garden bed, and to have the Bloodgood Japanese maple right in the center, and then I'm going to put plants around it until it gets 15 to 20 foot tall and 10 foot wide, you know. So definitely going to be plants that like the sun, because this area does get sun, but then once the tree gets to its full size, he'll be able to incorporate some shade plants in here. So this is coming along so nicely. All right, so he is getting it whacked down. And you can see how low we are getting it. And then, like I said, this Bermuda grass, because it is so hardy, that is the reason why we do this with a no-dig process, to help once the cardboard gets on top of there, and the fact that the grass is dying back, it will aid in it not being overwhelming and coming through the garden bed. So, okay, so we're getting the cardboard laid down. What we're going to do is, where the Bloodgood is going to be right in the center, we're not going to put the cardboard on that, because the hole that we have to dig to put that in is pretty large. And so we figure we'll get the hole dug, then the cardboard and the compost over top. So it'll, you know, the cardboard will still break down, but this is coming along really, really nicely. Okay, so you can see the white pot is where the Bloodgood is in, and Kevin's digging the hole at least 3 foot wide and maybe a good, 2 feet deep, maybe. Because I want to make sure that the Bloodgood, because it does get 15 to 20 feet, is solid in the ground and don't have to worry about the roots uprooting. Okay, so while digging the hole, you see that white PVC pipe there. We are assuming that is the line for the water sprinkler that the previous homeowners had in here that when we bought the house didn't work. So Kevin's gonna go ahead and cut that out. And as you can see, that hole is pretty deep. And I just set the dirt up top here that I got out of the hole because I plan on mixing it with some of the flower and vegetable garden soil in here just to have that weight of the clay and also it retaining the water. But yeah, while messy as it looks, once we get the tree planted in the hole, I'll go ahead and get the compost and also the flower garden soil in here and then start planting the plants that I'm gonna be putting in here. And like I said, I'm recycling, so let me show you those items. Okay, so this lamb's ear, I'm gonna go ahead and thin some of those out. The black-eyed Susies here, thin those guys out. I have back in here, all of that is phlox, woodland phlox. So I'm gonna get that moved and put up in the front because once these hydrangeas get big, it ends up blocking the amount of sun that these guys need. And then I have a straggly black-eyed Susie over there that I'm going to move into that front garden bed. And then I did get some ornamental cabbage and some more pansies that I'm going to put in there. But yeah, I might also move this one too. That's a woodland phlox. Maybe put all those up in that front bed. So that's what I'm gonna do, is reuse the stuff that I have. All right, so my Bloodgood is planted. And we got the compost on top of the bed and I watered it down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait before I start putting those plants and transplanting the ones that are in the flower bed by the house in here, so that the cardboard has an opportunity to get a little softer, so that when I cut into it, it will not be as bad. So this will be the next thing that I end up getting done, getting those plants planted in there. This is gonna look nice. And like I said, the Bloodgood will get about 15 to 20 feet tall. And I'm just gonna love the fact of the deep burgundy color that the leaves will get, how it will contrast up against the gray house. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get these plants taken care of. Good morning, garden friends. Sorry for the delay of today's video, but partly is while I was working yesterday, ended up just really crashing. Still not feeling up to par, but I'm on a time frame with Mother Nature. We're supposed to be getting some low temperatures, and I want to be able to get the rest of the plants planted in the new front yard garden bed before that colder weather is upon us. They said it's supposed to be Tuesday, Wednesday, that we're supposed to be in the 30s. So like I said, I want to get a lot of these plants transplanted and then mulched over. So thank you for your patience with me. But like I said, I want to try to get this knocked out and be done with this. So this is all set for spring. So come along with me while we go ahead and get the rest of this stuff done. Okay, so this is sort of the layout that I'm going with. These two plants in the pots are my Yuki Cherry Blossom shrubs, and they only get 1 to 2 feet tall. So those are going to flank the Bloodgood. And then, like I said, I got some ornamental cabbage that there's 2 in each container, so I'm going to separate those, put the Dusty Millers through here, and then line up the entire bed with the pansies. But then I'm also going to be planting my TTs, my daffodil bulbs up here, and then also in between here some narcissus. Going to move those woodland phlox up here in this area, along with some black-eyed Susies up through this flower bed. I was going to do some lamb's ear. I might still do it, but they don't like water a lot, and even though this is on a slope, I still may not put them there. So guys, you know how I do it, and especially with me being under the weather, I want to go ahead and get everything planted, and then I'll show you guys the finished project. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I got all the plants and the bulbs in here, and let's just point out a few of them. That is my Yuki Cherry Blossom bush that I have 2 on the side flanking the Bloodgood. These guys, like I said, only will get 1 to 2 feet tall and wide. Then I have some woodland phlox that line up the bed. Now this is more of a ground covering one, unlike this woodland phlox. This guy will get, this one here, will get about 2 feet tall. And I have 2 of those flanking the bed. And then the black-eyed Susies that I have on the back side here. And then I filled in with some ornamental cabbage, some pansies, and some Dusty Millers. So the last thing that I need to do is run up to the store and get some mulch, because I want to make sure that I mulch this over. Plus, I don't remember if I said it, I did plant some bulbs. I did TTs and narcissus back in this bed, in between the beds. So I will definitely have some spring flowers. And then a lot of these, like the yucca, it will get these gorgeous pink and white flowers. I'll make sure I put up a photo up of it in the spring, and I think it'll be such a nice contrast with the pink flowers and all the daffodil, yellow daffodil bulbs that I have in here. I think that'll look really pretty. All right, so let me just go ahead and get the mulch, top this off, and then this flower bed will be done. Okay, we are just beating the rain. I was able to get it mulched. It looks so nice, and once the pansies start to fill in, and also the Dusty Millers, that is really gonna pop. And I'm not worried about the black-eyed Susies that are along here. I mean, the greenery is there. Sometimes they die back, sometimes they don't, but I'm excited about my Yuki Cherry Blossoms. Those are gonna look really pretty flanking the side of the bed. So Well, thank you for visiting Inspiring Garden Corners, and I hope you enjoyed this project. And if you did, please consider subscribing and liking my page.